The story unfolded in the glittering chaos of New York City, where skyscrapers pierced the clouds and luxury pulsed through every vein of the elite world. Avery Sinclair had always been the kind of woman who kept her head down, grinding through long hours at a high-powered marketing firm, but nothing could have prepared her for the storm that was Damian Sterling. The billionaire CEO who owned the company, a possessive husband in the making, an obsessive alpha male whose dark romance tendencies simmered just beneath his cold, controlled exterior. It started the day her ex-boyfriend's old flame returned from abroad. Everyone in their circles assumed he would drop Avery like yesterday's news and reunite with the glamorous woman who'd always been his true love. And they were right. He did dump her, leaving her heartbroken in a dimly lit bar where she drowned her sorrows in 3 tall glasses of milk. She wasn't drunk from alcohol, of course, but the lactose intolerance hit her like a freight train, sending her stomach into revolt. Tears streamed down her face not from emotional pain, but from the sheer physical agony as waves of discomfort rolled through her. The bartender, concerned, scolded her like a worried father for not taking better care of herself. In that moment, touched by the rare, genuine kindness amid the city's cold indifference, Avery cried harder. She stumbled home that night, spending hours in the bathroom before finally collapsing into bed as dawn broke. Unsurprisingly, she overslept and missed the crucial morning meeting, the one Damian Sterling himself was attending after returning from a business trip abroad on his private jet. His assistant had hammered reminders into the group chat for week's 6:30 a.m. sharp. By the time Avery's eyes fluttered open, it was 6:30 p.m. She ignored the barrage of frantic messages and headed downstairs to her favorite local dumpling spot for breakfast. For dinner, really. Starving after emptying her system the night before, she ordered a steamer of beef and radish-filled dumplings. They tasted different today, chewier, more robust, almost addictive. But before she could order another round or ask about the secret, her phone buzzed incessantly with calls from her supervisor. Wiping her hands, she approached the counter to pay, eyes lifting to the kitchen window. Instead of the usual owner, there stood a man with sweat glistening on his chiseled jaw, sliding down the sharp angles of his impossibly handsome face. His crisp white shirt sleeves were rolled up precisely, revealing taut forearms as his strong, elegant hands kneaded dough with forceful precision. Avery froze. That face, those piercing eyes. It was Damian Sterling, the billionaire CEO, reduced to rubbing dough in a humble dumpling shop. She's mine. Every curve of her body, every stubborn thought in her head. She belongs to me alone. Stunned, Avery tentatively called out his name. No response at first, giving her a flicker of hope that it was just a look-alike. But then he lifted his head, those intense eyes locking onto hers like a predator spotting prey. Avery, right? His voice was low, commanding. Panic surged through her. The company was pushing a massive project. Everyone was pulling overtime, except her, playing hooky for dumplings. And here was the boss himself, undercover in an apron. How could she possibly ask about the dough recipe now? Damian pointed to the QR codes taped above the counter. Your order, $18. WeChat or Alipay? She mumbled WeChat, scanning quickly and fleeing as her supervisor demanded she return immediately. At the bus stop, fate, or something more calculated, placed Damian right beside her, waiting for public transport like any ordinary New Yorker. Avery glared at him sidelong, fury bubbling. This man owned penthouses in Manhattan, private jets, a fleet of Maybachs. Yet here he was slumming it. He noticed her stare. Avery, you look like you have something to say. Emboldened by lingering heartbreak and exhaustion, she stepped forward. Mr. Sterling, experiencing the common life today? No driver? Need me to call you a car? He cleared his throat, glancing away briefly. Cars in the shop. Then softer, I actually enjoy the bus. The absurdity hit her hard. As if he thought she rode the bus for fun, not necessity. Silence stretched until he turned fully toward her, his gaze deepening. Is that really all you wanted to ask? She swallowed. He saw through her too easily. Fine. How do you make the dough so incredibly chewy? A flicker of surprise crossed his features, quickly melting into something warmer. Approval, excitement. What followed was hours at the bus stop, then on the bus itself, lost in conversation. He held her hand as they delved into flour milling, meat selection, ancient wheat cultivation, all the way to modern food security. It was passionate, endless, crossing eras and disciplines. In that unlikely bubble, they both grew, connected on a level Avery never expected. She's mine to protect, mine to claim. No one else will ever touch what belongs to me. Back at the office the next day, after a 3-hour scolding from her supervisor, Avery brewed coffee for Damien as a begrudging peace offering, using grounds she'd accidentally spilled on the floor in her exhaustion. When she entered his office, he was deeply engrossed in a book, The Life of Wheat, Solving the Global Food Crisis. His brow furrowed with genuine concern for the world's hungry. Guilt pricked her, she'd misjudged him. As he reached for the coffee, she pulled back and downed it herself in one scalding gulp. His eyes widened in shock. The burn was fierce, but she played it cool until he handed her bottled water. Hidden beneath his serious tone was another book, a whimsical one about magical girls. She snatched the water first, soothing her throat. Later, leaving the hospital after treating her burned throat, Avery ran into her ex and his reunited flame. The woman dripped luxury, designer bag, massive diamond ring, while eyeing Avery's simple sneakers and cheap earrings with disdain. So frugal, she sneered. Avery subtly flashed the gleaming gold Rolex on her wrist. Damien's, entrusted to her for safekeeping on her way to the hospital. The woman's expression shifted. Her ex's eyes bulged. Questions flew. Was it stolen? Avery smiled coyly. It's my man's. Sorry to disappoint. Touch her and die. She's mine, my little wife, my good girl, mine to ruin if anyone dares look too long. They announced their upcoming wedding, inviting her with smug satisfaction, clearly hoping to flaunt their happiness. Avery agreed, though her heart twisted, not from lingering love, but from the injustice of it all. Outside, refusing their offer of a ride in the woman's Maserati, Avery claimed her boyfriend was sending a driver. She quickly booked a rideshare. When a Ferrari pulled up, matching the plate, she was stunned. Even the ex and his fiancée gaped. Sliding into the back seat, warm air enveloping her, Avery gave the code from her phone. The driver's voice sounded familiar. Glancing in the rearview mirror, she met Damien's eyes. The billionaire CEO, moonlighting as a driver. He chatted awkwardly at first, pretending not to know her, asking about school or work, commenting on young people overworking. She responded minimally, throat still sore. Then, at a red light, she watched him message her supervisor about the watch maintenance. Irritated by the charade, she asked to detour back. He took a one-way street, claiming no U-turn possible. But her supervisor called, insisting today. Damien, in a fake accent, pressed going back or not, miss? Fine, she hissed. Back. She's mine. Every breath she takes belongs to me. I'll chase her across this city, across the world, until she admits it. Company team building followed, a lavish celebration for a big contract. Lunch at a high-end spot, then a rented luxury apartment for games. Avery, as the junior employee, fetched drinks, carried bags, even got mistaken for staff and tipped. Frustration mounted, but she endured. For the manager's birthday, her supervisor roped her into rigged mahjong, losing spectacularly until the money ran dry, conveniently from the supervisor's wallet she'd borrowed from. Later, fetching the cake, the delivery person in bright yellow gear was none other than Damien, helmet with cute ears, handing over the box tied with champagne roses. He rushed off for another order. Food delivery this time, switching helmets seamlessly. Avery's eyes welled. The man's wealth was earned through relentless hustle, every side gig a testament to his drive. After KTV, drunk supervisor in tow, Avery waited for a designated driver. Damien arrived on a tiny folding scooter, tall frame comically cramped, suit tails flapping in the night wind. His eyes burned with determination. She was conquered. No more calling him exploitative. He earned every penny. You're mine, baby girl. I'll build empires for you. burn them down if needed. The monthly one-on-one came. Selected to speak with Damien, Avery prepared to advocate for office improvements, like air conditioning in the restrooms. Entering his penthouse-level office, nerves mixed with purpose. He stood awkwardly, loosening his tie. They bowed repeatedly until she stopped him. Her back couldn't take it. Seated face to face, she introduced herself formally. Then he recited deadpan, "Hello, Miss Sinclair. I'm Damien Sterling, 29, CEO of a publicly traded company. No smoking or drinking. Stable job. Nearly 10 million in liquid assets. Cars, properties, no loans." He flipped his notebook. "Cancer zodiac." Stunned, she stammered. He continued, mistaking her shock X's? 3 in high school. Height. Official 6 feet 2 inches, barefoot 6 feet 1.5 inches. Good genes. Kids. He could forego if she didn't want. Crossing out a list of girls' names beautiful, pretty, flower-themed. Horror dawned. He thought this was a matchmaking interview. "No," she burst. "I'm here about the office AC installation." He blinked, then patted her shoulder. "Wedding decor? You decide, though I'd prefer a simple study." Realization hit he was trying to bribe her with marriage? To avoid the expense? "I won't be bought." She stormed out, pride blazing. But that afternoon, workers arrived to survey the restrooms. Victory. Returning for forgotten files, Damien emerged, handing them over with a hurt glance before slamming the door. Inside the folder, a fresh red marriage registration booklet. His. Beneath, birth certificate, ID, deeds to Manhattan penthouse and Italian villa, licenses, even language certifications. His message followed friend request. "I don't know what you mean by buying. I just want to love you with everything I have." Heart racing, she accepted. He explained the AC delay, apologized for roses she disliked, the team-building bouquet meant for her, revealed her supervisor's unwitting role in his pursuit schemes. All his jobs, dumplings, driving, delivery, to engineer encounters, learn her habits. Why her? A childhood memory. Neighbors once. Bullied for his old name meaning wrong path, young Avery had defiantly reinterpreted hers as river of surprises, her presence a gift. It changed him, made him confident. Laughter bubbled through tears on the call. "And these documents? If you want, they're yours too." Spotting property deeds, she asked about assets again. 8 million cash, give or take. 2 apartments, 1 villa. Cars worth over $500,000 each. Silence. "Then free tomorrow? Come home with me." "Why?" "Get my booklet." She clutched his red one tightly. He paused, breath catching. "To register us. You're mine, little wife. My good girl. Forever."